very different for me following this just intuitive hit to talk a little bit about four processes that I'm aware of when we find a challenge, we find a pattern, we find an aspect of our life that we would really prefer would be different. How can we really allow ourselves to become pretty masterful at being in our body, really starting to be aware of where is this source energy coming from, and how can we actually clear and rewire this pattern, this misbelief, this pattern that we don't want. So over the last couple of weeks, we looked at the first two, and I will recap these, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about what I experienced kind of as this third piece, and then we'll wrap it all up next week. But I have also sensed that I think I'll just dive into 3 and 4 today just to kind of wrap it up, and then we can kind of like re-look at it again next week. But I am just feeling bolder in terms of just standing tall in how I perceive this works and how simple I experience this to work, not only with myself, but also with others. And it's really, I think that that's why often a lot of people don't show up for it. Well, because it does seem too simple. Anyway, we'll go through it again. First of all, I'm going to call in the light, but I just want to say hello to everyone watching the recording. Love you so much. And so a brief calling in the light. The light is already so present, but we just open our hearts a little more fully, open our minds, just open all of our chakras, all levels of our consciousness. And we pretty easily experience these two magical things that happen when we do that. We find a greater loving and a connection in our beautiful body. We often find that our body just really intelligently relaxes and releases anything stuck in any level of our consciousness. As we open the heart and relax our body, we do find things that pop off. Oh, tension that gets released. Maybe thoughts or emotions that kind of are stuck in some recycling process. They do just clear. And we also find ourselves more connected with who we really are, that love, that light, that source of loving, of goodness, of kindness that does connect all of this existence. And so we are here to embody, to be in our beautiful human, to pick them up more fully like the beautiful child that we've been given, so that we can learn just how loving we are, and so that we can learn the healing nature of just being in our body and using our life force, that connection to spirit, that love that we are. And so we are here to let go of anything that we can, any old patterns, on any old stories, limitations, any karma, trauma, negativity, imbalance, absolutely anything that can be released. We're just here for it. We ask for it for the highest good, in the highest good. And we are just so grateful. And we do our best together as friends in this moment to really feel that grateful to have this body, as fucking challenging as it is sometimes. Grateful to have this life, as challenging as it is sometimes. But this human, these challenges are the best springboard into love, into connection, into joy, into the awe and sweetness that is this life. And for all of this, we are so grateful. And so it is. So just thank you, those of us that are here live, because I was not feeling that shiny beforehand, but I do just love getting to show up with like-minded souls, just diving into this life in this way that is really honoring and compassionate to our emotions, to our humanity, so that we can experience more of that miraculous spiritual healing nature of our loving. And so we are going to dive a little into this rewiring our coping mechanisms, as I just discussed. The first phase, I will call it, really encapsulates at least the first 3 steps of the feeling for healing. But basically, it's just, can you allow yourself to be completely present? Get out of your head, thinking, analyzing, trying to change, right? We really do so much in our head. Most of our life, most thinking, most of our job is generally lived in our head. So it is quite a conscious effort to just get into the body and just be completely present and to be aware of what are we feeling. And so we are talking about how to transform challenges, patterns, including addictions. So as I'm talking about this, I just encourage us all to be aware of what's a challenge in our life recently. It could be a feeling that we don't want, a pattern that's just clearly like limiting us, not working for us. Could be an addiction that similarly doesn't work for us. And so just be aware of what's that recent challenge. And can you just be aware of a specific moment dealing with it over the last little bit? Maybe like a moment of sadness, a moment of judgment, self-blame. But just whatever that is, can you do your best to let go of any energy that's in your head and get in your body? Just be completely present and be aware of what are you feeling in the body. Is it kind of like a sinking pit, dark pit in your stomach? Is it just this heaviness on your shoulders? Anxiety that's like kind of a hurricane everywhere? And I do find that as we learn to be more acquainted with how to experience our energy, there is such a value in just making it up. I wasn't really connected to what I was feeling as I was doing this earlier this morning, and I just let myself make it up. I just made just whatever came to the top of my head. It wasn't really necessarily what I was feeling, but I just let something pop in. And as soon as I said it, it's like it was there. It was like this deep, dark, sinking pit in my stomach. So can we just really embrace that, allow that? And that's really the heart of the 4-step feeling for healing. But we're really kind of just doing the overview of that right now. And so in this moment, in service to becoming aware of that second piece, being aware of the pattern, the coping pattern, can you let yourself be aware of an earlier moment when you first started to experience this? And again, we don't really care about the accuracy of this, but there is a dynamic that will go on energetically. If we give ourselves permission, oh, what's one of the very first times I felt this pit in my stomach? Or what's one of the very earliest times that I really felt this anxiety all through my body, whatever it is. And just be aware of whatever moment comes up. And we're going to go straight to what age were we? And again, right, the head really can do a number on all this. Just put your head aside for a moment and just let whatever number comes present. Were you about 7? Were you 27? But just having so much compassion for this smaller, younger part of you. When you felt this moment, felt this deep pit in your stomach. And as things were tough at that time, just ask this place, is there anything that you're starting to do or starting to believe to cope with what's going on? I know this is kind of complicated, but the more that we do this, it really does become simple. Just asking little you, is there anything you're starting to believe about who you are because of this experience? Or is there anything that you're starting to do to cope with how challenging this is? in this moment, as I'm connected to what came present this morning, is just a real big sense of giving up. If I stop caring as much, if I stop showing up as much, then it's going to hurt less. I'm going to be less disappointed. So just aware of a giving up, a shutting down, a putting less energy out into the world is the pattern that came present. And then now this is the kind of the phase or the step 3, really being aware, well, what is the loving purpose of this coping pattern, of this addiction, of this pattern? And so just really being compassionate and kind of asking, being with this pattern, for me, this pattern of shutting down, like, what is your service? How are you trying to keep me loved, keep me safe, keep me okay? And it is an illusion of love, an illusion of safety. Because for me, just not showing up as much, and I don't want to go into my example. I'd prefer you stay more with your example, but really just being aware that it is trying to protect us. It is trying to save us from something that we don't want and trying to get us more love, more safety. So this pattern of giving up, like just showing up a little less, just not believing in myself, just a little bit, this pattern that I am feeling in the pit of my stomach right now. What's the loving purpose? It's easy when we get close enough to it and connected to it. It's like, I don't want to hurt again. I don't want to be disappointed. I don't want to let other people down. I want to be safe. I want to be loved. I want to be loved. I want to know I'm lovable. We will pretty easily find that we just want to be loved, be safe. So can you really feel in your own instance that the heart of this pattern is, I just need to know I'm going to be loved, I'm safe? And rather the perfect understanding of it, can you just feel that compassion? And in this moment, have that compassion for yourself. That all of these patterns, particularly this one, just got created in a tough time when you didn't have the love and support you needed. And so you started to do something to make sure you were going to control yourself into getting safety, getting love, getting joy, getting the things that you want out of life. And so we'll skip ahead a little bit but briefly into that 4th phase. And we can complete this with self-forgiveness. That's a kind of a separate thing that I like to do at the end, but just being aware of how patterns work. It's very powerful to then give that pattern a new job, right? So if this pit in my stomach of kind of starting not to do as much really shut down, it's kind of like this energy of giving up. Like I give up if people don't like who I am, right? I'm gonna not continually put this out and get my hand slapped. So I'm gonna really just experience that this part in me just wants love, just wants a big hug, just wants to be seen and wants to be safe, right? And so I thank it. I thank it for its service. I thank it for all the times that it's tried to help me not be disappointed, help not feel unloved, because that's all it's been doing. It's been serving me. It's been working for me. It's actually not negative. There is no true negativity in our patterns. It's all just love in a misguided way. So can I just really connect to this pattern and thank it for trying to protect me? But let's give it a new job. If I want to feel loved and safe, and my old way was to shut down, not try, so I couldn't get judged or disappointed, what is a way that I can ask this pit in my stomach? Is there a new way? Is there a new job that you can have that helps me get loved, helps me be loved, be seen, while also letting go of shutting down. So, not through an energy of shutting down, of giving up. What's the job that you can have that will help me be loved and feel safe? And most of the answers that I get are incredibly cheesy, and they're often a very similar thing. But the big energy that I have in my stomach right now is I just want a big hug. I just want to know that I'm loved, I'm safe. And I can do that, right? And I can give that job to this pit in my stomach, just that I'm going to love myself. I'm going to hold myself. And so we'll go into the more specifics of that next week, because there are a few pieces I missed, but that's the overall arc. First, when we're in a challenge, get in our body, really be aware of where are we holding it in our body, where is an earlier place, an earlier time, and can we be aware of what did we start to do to cope? And then it's pretty easy to find that loving purpose of the pattern, and then we just need to shift it. It has been a pattern that's held us down, kept us back from getting disappointed or just let down in whatever ways. It can be in a lot of different ways. But then can we truly give this pattern, this energy that is serving us, that is trying to get us love, just into a more positive way? So for whatever's present for you right now, I just want you to pick up all of your humanity, including whatever pattern, whatever challenge has been present. And I want you to say thank you, because this is the one thing that I do experience is real. If we could see why we do absolutely everything that we do, we'd just see an innocent child doing their very best, trying to be loved, trying to be good. And often we didn't get everything we needed when we were little. So that energy started to show up in some dysfunctional ways. But the truth is that all parts of us are innocent and worthy of being loved. So can we, in some weird, wild way, just thank us for every pattern, every depression, every anxiety, every addiction? Can we, in this wonderful moment, just say, oh, my Lord, thank you for all of the ways that you've been trying to keep me happy and safe and loved. And as we do that, they do fall away. We'll go into this next week, but as we do this, we do connect into that part of us that is love, that is safety, that doesn't need an illusion of safety or love, but we are this love, we are this safety. And we do say for all of this, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Alrighty, I hope that was helpful. We'll kind of go over that again next week. I love you all so much. See you soon. Bye for now.